Okay, we're going to talk about how to find clinical trials related to ALS or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. And I'm starting here with alscenter.wustl.edu under Clinical Trials, clicking on National Clinical Trials, which has a link here to ClinicalTrials.gov. You could also go directly to ClinicalTrials.gov. And this website houses many or all of the national or international clinical trials related to ALS or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. If you type in amyotrophic, you can see that ALS comes up pretty quickly, or ALS. And then you can search on ALS trials. And what you see is that there are 641 studies related to ALS right now. Though many people are not interested in all of these studies. For example, it is interesting to know how many of the studies are out there, but you may be more interested in the ones that are recruiting. So you can click on this button here and apply that filter, and then look that there's 135 studies that are recruiting. Recruiting means that they're looking for people to participate in their trial, and you can scroll down and see a number of these different trials. Some people are also interested in where these trials are located, and you can do that by looking at a map. So you click up here on Map, and you can see now here's where all of these trials are. Complicated for many people to get to, for example, Europe for the trial. You may click on the United States, and then you can see the number of trials that are happening in the United States. And if you click on, for example, Missouri, which is where we are located, you now get the 11 studies that are taking place in Missouri. And then you can click on one of these studies, for example, SOD1 kinetics measurement, a trial that's going on here at Washington University, and it'll tell you a brief summary of the trial, some detailed description about the trial, and then you can scroll down some of the eligibility criteria, etc., and then scroll down and see some of the sites that are participating, that they're actively recruiting, and then often there's a contact. So if you wanted to get involved in this particular study, you could click on this link and send an email to somebody about this trial, who will then get back to you about the trial. If we go back up to the top, you can also look for other criteria, which is adults, which is mainly the trials with ALS. This is also an interesting button that some people are looking for, which is all trials versus interventional trial. The interventional trial is one where we're giving a medication to try to change the course of ALS. And if you click on, for example, interventional trial, and then go back up to the top and hit apply, and we're still on those that are in Missouri, you'll see the set of studies related to ALS that are interventional trials. And if you could click on, for example, one of these here, and then again get a brief summary of the trial up top, some other details about the trial, again more details about the trial, and so for that one you may go down to the bottom, and now you can see in the all of the different sites that are recruiting, and again contact information for the trial for how to get involved in this particular trial. To review, if you do ClinicalTrials.gov, start with amyotrophic, AMYO, myotrophic lateral sclerosis, and click search. You find all of the studies related to ALS. For those that are looking for participants, you can click on recruiting and apply. That will show you the studies that are actively looking for people. If you're interested in interventional trials, those that are giving a drug that might change the disease, you could also find that as a filter. And the map feature is particularly useful for finding a clinical trial near you. For example, near our group in Missouri, there's a smaller number of trials that you may be interested in participating in. We hope that you're able to participate in the clinical trials related to ALS. Don't hesitate to contact some of these groups if you have questions.